The moment Ali hit post this time, something inside him didn't panic like before. It calculated because now he understood that uploading a video isn't an emotional act. It's a strategic move. And as the upload bar completed and the video went live, he didn't immediately refresh the page like a desperate creator. Instead, he leaned back and thought about something most beginners never even consider. What exactly happens in the first few seconds after a video is uploaded? Because that invisible phase, that silent testing period, is where videos either get chosen or completely buried. What most people don't realize is that Facebook doesn't just show your video to everyone instantly, it quietly pushes it to a small group first, almost like a trial audience, and their reaction becomes your fate. Because if those few people stop scrolling, watch even a few extra seconds, maybe react, maybe share, the algorithm takes it as a signal that your content deserves to live. But if they scroll past without a second glance, your video dies before it ever had a chance to breathe, and that's the brutal truth Ali had finally understood. This time, Ali didn't leave things to chance. He had crafted his video differently. He didn't start with an introduction. He didn't waste time explaining who he was. Instead, he opened with tension, with a hook that made people pause mid-scroll because he realized something powerful. People don't care about you until you give them a reason to, and that reason must come instantly, not after 10 seconds, not after 20, but immediately. As the first few minutes passed, Ali noticed something unusual. The retention graph, something he had ignored before, was now holding steady. People weren't leaving instantly. They were staying, watching, reacting. And for the first time, he felt like he wasn't invisible anymore, like the system was finally noticing him. And that realization hit harder than any number ever could because it meant one thing. He was learning the language of the algorithm. But let's pause here for a second because this is where most creators misunderstand the game. They think uploading videos regularly is enough. They think consistency alone will save them, but consistency without strategy is just repeated failure. And what Ali was doing differently now was not just posting, he was analyzing, adjusting, evolving with every single upload. He started noticing patterns, how shorter videos perform differently from longer ones, how certain thumbnails, even on Facebook, created curiosity, how captions influenced whether someone stopped scrolling or kept going. And suddenly everything became a puzzle, a system to decode rather than a mystery to complain about, and that shift from frustration to curiosity is what separates creators who quit from creators who grow. Now here's something even deeper, something most people ignore. Your audience is constantly telling you what works, but not through words, through behavior, through how long they stay, when they leave, what they react to. And Ali began treating every video like feedback, not failure, and that mindset made him dangerous in this game because now every low-view video wasn't discouraging him, it was teaching him. And then came the next level, the realization that content alone isn't enough, packaging matters just as much because even the best video in the world will fail if no one clicks on it, if no one stops for it. And Ali began experimenting with captions that sparked curiosity, with opening lines that created tension, with visuals that interrupted scrolling patterns, because in a world full of noise, attention is earned, not given. Slowly, almost quietly, his page started changing, not dramatically at first, not viral overnight, but there was movement, there was growth, there was life, and that's something beginners often overlook. They expect explosion, but real growth often begins as a whisper, not a scream. And if you're not patient enough to recognize that whisper, you'll quit before the breakthrough ever arrives. But make no mistake, this journey wasn't easy because with every improvement came new challenges, new questions, new doubts. Because once you start understanding the system, you also start realizing how much deeper it goes, how many layers there are, how much control you actually don't have, and that's where most people get overwhelmed. But not Ali. Because now he wasn't chasing views anymore. He was chasing understanding. And as he prepared his next upload, something had completely changed. Not just his strategy, not just his content, but his mindset, because now he wasn't asking, why am I not getting views? He was asking, what is the algorithm trying to tell me? And that question alone changed everything.